Hi guys, it's Magic from Finding Magnificence in You, and this is another episode of Sacred Soulmates. I hope you guys are doing well. We're still in the new moon energy, revel in this energy of change. I posted on my Twitter that this is a great opportunity to clean, to declutter, to organize not only your home, but the mind space. Making space, right, is very important. Um, in the physicality of your reality, space is important for energy. And in your mind space, it is important to declutter. Also internally, some of you guys do need to clean your gut, but most importantly, your mind. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and that is a very um, logical sign that's always in their head. So a lot of us have been, dealing with thoughts, cyclical or thoughts or negative patterns, negative thought processes that have prevented us from fully realizing our potential. So if there's too much clutter, worry, stress, anxiety, focus on the past or things that are uncomfortable, that is the reality that we will create for ourselves. So Spirit wants you to clear up your mind, declutter, so that you can make space, so that the universe can inspire you, fill your mind up with inspiration, so that you can know what your next action steps are, and so that you can be inspired to create, right? Hey, Regal. So thank y'all for joining. So this is a series that I've started. This is not science specific. This is general, of course. But this is going to be for people that are in connection to, wow, look at it. I just split the deck open, you guys. So maybe a twin flame union or some sort of soul spark, some sort of soulmate union, a spark. Two souls from the same soul tribe, from the same oversoul. Good morning. Thank y'all for joining, Pretty B. Hi, baby. So I asked the universe for the inspiration for this reading. They gave me nurture, which is my divine feminine empress energy. And they said that you have to get back to the core of who you are. And the core of who you are, my beautiful lovelies, right? And I'm not going to make this just about biological females, but everybody needs to get back to the core of their femininity, or just the feminine, divine feminine, because there's two different. They're different. Femininity is different than being a divine feminine, but it is important. Femininity is very important as well. So let's talk about this energy. By the way, I do sell these beautiful selenite wands. This is about 12 inches long. And I also sell, as you guys know, sage and Palo Santo and metaphysical jewelry. Right now, I do have this on my website. The what is this? Oh, hematite. I'm like, what? I had a little brain fart. Hematite. Hematite is good to keep you grounded. Okay, and they're on sale. So check out my site. All right, after that shameless plug, let's get back into the flow of things. Join me on Patreon for exclusive content. I'm probably going to extend this Sacred Soulmates to Patreon. I'm going to be doing it on YouTube, but I think that I'm going to make it exclusive to Patreon moving forward in the future. But I'm still going to give it to you guys. But this is an intense, in-depth look in your journey. And they know who you are now. Why? Because you nurtured your person in such a way that they have never been nurtured before. Hey, poetic, they have never been nurtured. But Spirit is saying that what the lesson was to learn how to nurture yourself in this process. And as I say that, look at the bottom of the deck, self-care. As I say that, Spirit is talking about the way you can, and I should have kept that communication card. Part of self-care is how you speak to yourself, right? How you speak of yourself. Yeah. Shadow. A lot of you guys are doing some shadow work. Some of you guys have gone through the dark night of the soul. But, there is, has been a lot of forgiveness, forgiving yourself, your past people. If you have released yourself, I'm also feeling like what you don't know is that someone secretly wants to reconnect with you. But let's not talk about that yet. Let's talk about you. I want to focus on my feminines. You're releasing yourself from the past. You're ending cycles that don't serve you, cyclical patterns, karmic cycles that you're forgiving. Debt has been paid, is being paid off. This is forgiveness, meaning that your debt has been forgiven. So we come here to clear up debt too, whether you believe that or not. So there has been a long process. Spirit is saying, giving me a message that in divine timing that all your hard work is going to pay off. But it has been a long process to get to where you are now. And please celebrate your small wins, the small strides, the big ones, and even the smallest one. Because a lot of times we miss the blessings, because the smaller blessings, because we're so focused on bigger things. But the small blessings are the ones that are actually the ones that should be celebrated. The small wins, the small victories should be celebrated, because that's what's going to push you into the bigger ones, right? So we need to stop neglecting all the blessings around us that we're not even noticing, because we're so fixated, right, on a particular expected. I hate when I can't say expected outcome. Expected. I don't know why I'm making the words. So we have attraction, Mars. And this is so interesting because Mars is in its home sign, and Mars is giving you that drive, that inspiration, that ambition to break free. Wow. And as I say, break free, I see open so that you can receive the blessings of the universe. Because a lot of you guys was in this energy of loss, rejection, and feeling fragmented. Your soul was fragmented because of your experiences. A lot of you guys went through some stuff, I get emails from my clients, and a lot of you guys have experienced some stuff that has been very heavy. But you need to give yourself a pat on the back, because a lot of these experiences would have broken other people, and you have not been broken by your experience. Your experience have made you more beautiful, more loving, more caring, more nurturing. And that is your strength, my love. That is your superpower. To have the ability to still love, to have the capacity to love despite what you've been through, to still have forgiveness and compassion for people that have hurt you, that have wronged you, to still want to help them, to still want to be there for them, to still stand up and say, regardless of what you did, I'm going to be here, I'm going to stand here because of your heart. Do you know how wonderful and beautiful that is? What a gift that is. That is a gift that a lot of people don't have the capacity to have. And the universe is wanting you to understand that gift, that heart that you have, it's like priceless. I don't think you know the weight of it. I don't think you understand the capacity, how you move mountains energetically, and you don't even realize it. You don't realize how much you help, how much you're needed, how much I don't know, like I can't even put it into words. Some of you guys know. Some of you guys know. And I'm not even talking just on a physical level. I'm talking on a metaphysical. I'm talking on a ethereal level of just being you, just your presence alone, the vibration, the resonance of your soul. Because we have soul songs, is what I call it. The frequency resonance that vibrates off of your being is healing, it's expansive, it's love, it's compassion. Even in your most broken moments, right? Because we all go through that, right? Even when you feel lost, even when you feel unworthy, God wants you to know that you are his divine, beautiful golden child that carries his divine love, right? And if you think I'm joking, think about one person in your life that you really truly believe that is just cold. Can you think of one cold person? And can you just think about their behavior versus what you deem to be normal? Because what you deem people don't have the capacity to be understanding, to be kind, to care about people. You can't wrap your head around it because you just don't know how to, right? You just know how to be yourself. And I think this is where we get tripped up, because we assume that other people are like us. We assume that other people have a heart like us, a mind like us. And it trips us up, because when we start to connect with other souls, we get disappointed, right? It's a jarring reality check for us when we start to connect with other people to see, wow, people can possess that kind of darkness. People can be that cruel. Yeah. Our goal is not to let that shit rub off on us. Don't let that shit rub off on you, my loves. Okay, can I get a witness if you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. You're going to track the shadow. Why is this clarifying the dark night, the shadow? Because you attract this type of energy. Why? Because you're an empath. Right? You know that. The moon is about the subconscious, the intuitive empath that's in you. The deep connection that you have to the mother energy, the feminine expression of God, divine feminine. You attract all these dark people. Why? Because your presence alone purifies and cleanses and transmute. That's basically what that is, period. You may be sitting in your space, wherever you're at, thinking or having an epiphany, right? Damn, that is so true. I always attract people that take advantage of me, or people that always try to try me, people that always do this and da-da-da. But think about you 5 years ago versus you today. Think about you 5 years ago and think about you today. Trap Therapy Tarot, thank you for joining me. Y'all go follow her. She's bomb. Think about that. Pat yourself on the back. Because after all of that, you still stand in your divine, feminine, beautiful, yummy energy of love, compassion, and nurture. You still, did you know that that is a superpower? Did you know that some people don't have that in them? They don't. No problem, my love. There is an abundance for everybody to have a beautiful life of joy, bliss. Never hoard the energy. Always support your collective brothers and sisters in however way you can. But this message is about boundaries. It's about how to love, but be detached, not to get too attached, because that's where we get messed up. What the hell? Look, I didn't expect this to come out, because that's what happens is people try to take your power from you, because you're very powerful. This is you. But it came in reverse. I'm going to acknowledge it because it came out with the stability card. They try to knock you off kilter. They try to knock you down because that's the only way they can get you to be vulnerable. That's the only way they can attack you. When they get you in a position of weakness. And the universe is saying, do not let these people confuse you. Okay, do not let these people treat you like you a weak ass. You fill in the blank. Okay, male or female, fill in the blank. Don't let them treat you like a weak ass. Don't let them treat you less than what your divinity is. Your divinity is that you exude the love and the abundance and the compassion of the universe. It is a super power. It is a beautiful gift that you've been blessed with. And the universe wants you to express your beautiful gift, your love, and to revel in the energy with strength and power. But at the same time, not from a place of ego. Okay. So what we have is closed off, guarded, and resistant. Some of you guys are not wanting to share that beautiful gift because of your past, because of the memories of how many people hurt you and how many people did this and how this person did that. And when I was a child, this happened to me and my dad left me, my mom beat on me, and all of the stuff that some of us go through that is unfortunate. So the universe is saying, do not close off that beautiful heart because we need you. We need you to stay strong. We need you to express your love, Venus. And that is the representation of divine feminine energy. Did you know that? And Mars is the representation of sacred masculine energy. So I'm going to start telling you what this storyline is, because I know y'all saw the title, and the title is Now They Know Who the F You Are. I wanted to put that, but you know, I can't put that in the title. They know now, right? They know. And because they have this awareness now, whoever they thought or whatever they thought, that is being shattered. The real divine feminine, please stand up. Whatever conclusions they made about you, assumptions they made about you, generalizations, and this could be anybody. I'm not talking about a specific person. This could be friends, this could be family, naysayers, this could be enemies, this could just be associates, co-workers, whatever generalizations, whatever. Real divine feminine, please stand up. Because at the end of the day, your divinity shows. They see it effortlessly. Like, you don't have to do nothing but be you. They see you. And that's why they try to come in with them attacks, right? Because what Mars energy is, conflict. They try to come in with the sneak attacks, right? The sneak disses and the evil eye. And don't this look like the evil eye? The envy, the jealousy, the hate. I could feel the envy. I could feel the hate. Is that a song? I see someone post that. Right? You could feel the envy sometimes when you walk in a room. Sometimes you can feel the vibration of people around you. You can tell. You could just sense, right? But even with all of that happening and going on around you, you still exude love, compassion, right? But the problem is a lot of you guys have been wounded, and a lot of you guys have closed off this beautiful energy. And did you know that this energy attracts abundance to you? Because that's what Empress energy is, my loves. Empress energy is abundance, it's manifestation. Everything she touched turns to gold. Did you know that? This is an Empress card. This is Empress energy, divine feminine, Venus. This is Empress energy, nurture, compassion. Did you know that this energy is what magnetizes abundance, prosperity, love to you? So when you close that energy off, what you are essentially doing is closing off your ability to receive blessings. Right? So can the real divine feminine please stand up? The parts of you that you've hid from people, the parts of you that you tried to overprotect, the parts of you that you tried to water down, the parts of you that you tried to suppress, the parts of you that you thought wasn't acceptable, the parts of you that you thought wasn't good enough, my love. Can the real divine feminine please stand the fuck up? You are everything, and you are not alone. And it says here, isolation, physical connection, and community. Why is this coming up? Because you have been closed off, guarded. Why is it saying isolation, physical connection? Not only have you been guarded towards love, you've been guarded towards people, friends, potential soulmates, tribe members, because you are trying to protect that divinity. And I get it. It's precious. It's priceless. I understand why you would want to protect it. But the universe says trust in this gift. Trust in your divine power. Revel in this energy and give it freely. Okay, when I say give it freely, don't be stingy. But at the same time, coming from a non-egotistical standpoint, but at the same time, you do need boundaries, obviously, right? You still need to show people kindness, even if they're not kind to you, but with healthy boundaries. You can still love someone from a distance, You can choose not to, entertain conflict or try to prove yourself to someone. You can still do that. That's still you standing in your divinity. People poke you. You can say, hey, I don't have to accept that. Right? And then you can continue to be yourself. And they see it. I could feel the envy. I could feel the hate, right? Yeah, they see it. And that's okay. You're not alone. You're being fully supported and guided. Because what you're realizing is that spark, that love, that compassion within you, that is divine. Light body, crystal grid transmission and activation. You crystallize and you transmit and you activate. Star bathing. Okay. Ooh, okay. All right, let's take these. Okay. Wow, weight of the world. Wow, boundaries. I cannot make this up, you guys. Can I make this up? You guys have noticed from now. I mean, if you've been watching me for a while, you're noticing that I can't. This is very much channeled. Boundaries. Boundaries. Let it go. It's not yours to carry. Let it go. Let that go. Let those memories go. Let the past go. Let the hurt go. Let the people that hurt you, dismissed you, invalidated your feelings go. Let the people go that you still hold resentment for, who still resent you. Let that person go that hurt you, that betrayed you, that mistreated you, mishandled you, that lied on you, gossip on you, stole from you, beat on you, spit on you, whatever they did, cussed you out, that defamed your name, your integrity. Let it go. Learn boundaries. Right? It's not yours to carry. The weight of the world is not yours to carry. All you are here to do is to express your divine femininity. And its truest expression is creativity. It's creation, right? What does divine feminine do? What is the energy about divine feminine? Why can I speak? What is the energy about, right? What does divine feminine energy do? It actually just is. It's being. It's receptive, right? Because it's the darkness, right? Masculine is light. Masculine is the doer. It's the one that takes action. But the divine feminine expression is to create. It is intuitive. It is receptive. It attracts to it. It grows. It expands. It's the feminine expression of God. And whatever your understanding of God is to you, it is the feminine expression of that. So we always like to refer to God as a father, right? Fatherly love. But did you know that God has an expression that is motherly, right? Motherly love, nurture, care, ultimate forgiveness. Because fatherly love is usually discipline. It's usually structure. It's usually protection, right? But the mother or feminine expression of God, creator source energy, is nurture, it's forgiveness, it's compassion, it's mercy. Is it not? And I'm not getting religious here. I'm just talking about energy, okay? So whatever you've been carrying, let it go. She is flowing. Is she not floating on this water, letting the water just take her? Have you ever been in a pool and you've just floated and you just allow the expanse of that water to just drag you around, or you feel so light? True or false? You weigh nothing underwater, right? the buoyancy of the water, you're floating, and you're just allowing the currents to take you. You're flowing with the currents of the energetic ebb and flow of the universe. Flow. And how that is being translated to me intuitively is go with the flow. Don't be in resistance. Don't be closed off to your truest expression, and this truest expression as human, how we can relate as human and still be spiritual, right? Because our divinity makes us spiritual. The spiritual being within us is divine, eternal, the expansive amount of information that's transmuted via our soul resonance is uncomprehendable. It is. But we came here with a mission. Next message, messenger, serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. And I cannot, when I say I can't make none of this up, and I'm trying my best to articulate the vibration, the resonance of this message, right? Because when you channel, channelers have different ways of articulation of the message that's coming through. But this is very clear for me. Be in a state of harmony. Be in a state of harmony within self, right? Finding your equilibrium, finding the balance, because you have been living in a state of imbalance for a very long time. And you've been working through that shadow. You have, and you've been doing amazing, absolutely amazing. You have. Okay. So you are a messenger that brings in harmony and balance. Just your presence alone. How beautiful is that? How amazing is that? How comforting is that? You know what I just heard? For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, right? And I'm just using that as an analogy of how much love, right? Because we're all children, right? A divine source energy consciousness, God, right? Then we have the great severing, Mars energy. Divine sacred masculine, rather. Sacred masculine energy. We have Mars and we have Mars energy. Anger. I'm going to bring it as close as possible. This is what the balance is about. Now we can talk about, and if you are paying attention, I did say earlier, this is the expression of divine femininity. Venus, if you're paying attention to astrology, and if you don't know anything about astrology, that's okay. I'm going to try to simplify it. But we have Venus in Cancer. Is Venus still square? I got to check what's happening in the sky. So this is the expression of divine feminine, Venus. And this is the expression of sacred masculine, Mars. What is this about? What is happening astrologically to our planet on a collective scale? This is about bringing in balance of feminine and masculine. Collectively, as above, so below, on an individual basis, sacred soulmates, feminine versus masculine. How many of you guys have felt that there was this versus energy? Me versus my masculine versus me. How many of you guys have been feeling that you have been living in a paradigm of me versus the masculine? Runner versus the chaser. Empath versus the narcissist. You know what I'm saying? How many of you guys have been feeling that energy? Because that's the energy that we've been in. Patriarchal versus matriarchal. Structure, rules, and dogma and religion, politics versus basic human rights versus societies, peoples, genders, sexual orientation, race. Something versus something. black versus white, women versus men, fat versus skinny, pretty versus ugly, or rich versus poor, or popular versus unpopular, right? Christian versus Hinduism, or Christian versus everybody, right? So many verses, so many conflicts, so many things that need harmonizing. So the great suffering is what we're going. This is what's happening collectively on the planet, and it's big. And you guys play in a huge role, feminine. You don't understand it. I'm trying to put this in perspective. Think about the saying, as above, so below. Everything that's happening in the heavens is affecting you here. Okay, everything up there is being reflected down here, right? So the whole purpose of this is to get humanity to, can you read that? Softening to love. Can you see that? And who did the universe, source, energy, God, creator, whatever, appoint to be the messenger of this? Love. There you go. Ding, 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 ding. Divine feminine. I heard someone say divine feminine. Yes. Mission. So why am I talking about this? Because most readers would just be like, okay, girl, he coming back. Girl, oh my God. He with the karmic, and the karmic is doing that, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. That's all good and dandy. But let's talk about spiritual warfare. Let's cut the other stuff, right? Because outside of the karmic and your divine masculine and your soulmate, blah, all of that shit, that doesn't sum up your whole entire life. And you should not make that your whole entire life. Let's talk about spiritual warfare for a moment. Let's talk about that. Do you have an understanding of the concept spiritual warfare? Anybody in the chat, do you have an understanding of spiritual warfare? You should know by now that we are engaging in spiritual warfare. It's not a coincidence that these two cards are in alignment to each other. Shadow, the dark night, Mars, which is the energy, the planet of war, conflict. It should be very apparent to you now that we are in a state of emergency here on this planet, and that special people have been appointed, messengers, to help bring in harmony, balance, and stability, and forgiveness, compassion on a collective scale. And then I'm going to get to the individual, you versus your masculine. I'm going to talk about that. I know that's why you tapped on my video, but let's talk about collectively, man versus woman. Toxic femininity, feminist versus toxic masculinity, chauvinist. Feminist does not need to be toxic. I'm just using those labels for you to understand how severely separated we have become. And we are neglecting the law of one, which means that we all are connected, whatever color you are, race, gender, whatever. We are all connected. There has been this illusion of separation, and there has been conflict created on all aspects. A war on everything, a war on my beliefs, a war on who I want to sleep with, a war on the color of my skin, a war on how I wear my hair, a war on what kind of foods I eat, a war on what kind of clothes I wear, a war on what kind of car I drive, or how many posts I post on Instagram and how rich I look. A war on everything. We are spiritually being attacked. to be in separation, to be in conflict. So messengers, you could call yourself a light worker, a spiritualist, whatever you want to title yourself. Your resonance, your beautiful energy, that capacity to love, that beautiful expression of mother divine, that expression, that feminine expression of God, which is compassion, mercy, forgiveness, nurturing. That is what you came to deliver to this planet, either just by your presence, either by your service to humanity, meaning the work you do, or your own individual creative form of expression, which could be, I'm a songwriter and my songs help. I sing and my music helps. I paint, my artwork help. I write, I do hair, I work with the youth, whatever form of expression or whatever way you came to serve, you have a mission. So I saw masculine show up. So they want me to talk about the masculine. Okay, they want me to talk about this masculine. So this is about external factors, external people that are creating conflict between you and your masculine. And when we talked about illusions of separation, right? This separation, energy of feeling separated, this energy of longing. So there has been a separating due to some external factors, which could be anything, which could be people, places, things, and addictions, behaviors, patterns, negativity, whatever, right? And that has been creating this separation between you and your sacred masculine. And throughout your experience with your person, they had a limited understanding of who you are. Let me say it like that. They had a limited understanding of who the fuck you are. And now they have remembered. They remember who you are, feminine. They have awakened. Why? Because something went down with the third party here. Let me tap into that real quick. I don't want to go into that because I don't want to make these about, I don't want to be like every YouTube reader on YouTube. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's more to this than me versus the karmic, me. The karmic is doing this and the karmic is that. I don't give a damn about the karmic because she's not me. She will never be me. I'm the divine feminine. She is a divine feminine too. We cannot deny her because she has a karmic contract of her divine femininity. Who are you to say that she can't be a divine feminine? You had your karmic expression through your other relationships. We all have to go through it. We all are on our own journeys based on our level of awareness. We cannot deny any woman on this planet of their divine femininity. We all possess it, males and females. We're just not vibing on the same level. That's it. She plays a role. So I don't give a fuck about her. She plays a role, right? She has a role to play in this story. That's all that is. Get out of your ego. Go back to who you are. Compassion, understanding, intuition. Stop making somebody the bad guy. Yes, there's an antagonist in every story. Yeah, that's just how stories go. But at the end of the day, you signed up to be part of this play. You did. Thank you, Trapwood. You did. It was to teach you to get back to this. It was to teach you to nurture and love yourself, build yourself up, and to Be the highest expression of who the fuck you are, and you are a gift from the heavens, baby. Yes, you are. And you better know this. And nobody is you. Nobody is you. No one can replace you. Period. And at the same time, you need to understand that you're not better than anyone either. That you're just unique and that you just love who the fuck you are. Not infringing on anybody else's right to love who the fuck they are, wherever they're at in their journey. Even if you think they're toxic, they may love themselves being toxic, but at the end of the day, they may love themselves more than you. Did you ever think about that? Okay. So let's talk about this third party. We have a new earth. Ooh, Chile. Don't mind me. I always say that. When I get excited, a new earth. Oh, it's happening. Hold the vision. Yes. The cosmic heart. Devotion. Potency. Make your life a moving prayer. I have to read that to you. I have to read that for you. I do. I love this because this is reminding me of as above, so below. Okay. Why are they showing us these two cards? Because they want you to know that it's happening. Keep holding the vision of who you are. Can the real divine feminine please stand up? What do I mean by that? No, you're not less than this karmic. You are good enough. You are worthy. You deserve. And we've been in this energy of suppressing that beautiful, bountiful, gorgeous energy because we condition ourselves to believe that we were less than, to believe that we weren't good enough, to believe that we weren't perfect enough or skinnier enough or prettier enough, or our hair wasn't the right texture, or our skin wasn't the right lightness or the right color, or my booty is not fat or round enough, or my boobs are not full enough, or my stomach is not flat enough, or whatever the fuck you feel that has been making you doubt your divinity. Can the real divine feminine please stand up? The real truest expression of who you are, who you know you are, who you aspire to be, right? Because that's what we're learning. The real divine feminine is not going to accept less than she deserves. She's not going to let nobody walk over her. She's not going to let people cross her boundaries. She's not going to talk down on herself. She's going to work on herself. And she's going to know that if she makes a mistake, that, she's just going to keep going. And she's going to keep loving on herself. And she's going to keep expressing the energy of compassion, nurture, and mercy and forgiveness and love, because that's who you are. That's the essence of you. That is the essence of the feminine expression of God. And that is your superpower. Okay. You ever said to yourself, I feel godly? Have you ever said that? Whenever I put on all white, I would say I feel godly for some reason. Okay. So a new earth. That is what, so collectively you are doing your damn thing. I'm telling you, the more you heal, the more you bring in this energy of the new earth. That's why it's saying it's happening. The more you step into your divine divinity, the more you step up, the more you stand up, the more we bring in this new earth. Let's talk about this contract with this third party now. Yes, I know. The third party. Oh, she's just a pain in my ass. Oh, the third party, her and all this magic and blah, blah, blah. And she's seducing him and she's toxic and she's evil and she's wicked. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Why am I saying that? Throwing stones at a glass house. Judging. Pointing fingers. all of it is just a reflection of things that you need to heal within yourself, right? So we have a contract here, and it looks like this contract is being severed, is what they're saying to me. I need you guys to be mindful of this whole feminine against karmic, because you in this twin flame or secret soulmate, you go through a karmic cycle. And a lot of you guys have been the karmic in relationships. So this whole the karmic this, the karmic that, you've had karmic relationships and you go through a karmic cycle because you can't go into union if you're not fully whole, if you're fragmented. You just can't. It's just not going to work because you both are going to be low. You're not going to be expressing from your highest vibration. So therefore, you're still working on karmic patterns, karmic wounds and imprints. All of you, that's everybody goes through that. There's no differentiation of I'm better than her or she's less than me. No, don't do that. That's a lesson in itself. It is. I don't care if you guys leave because you're not getting this real information. What you're getting is people giving you bad information that's keeping you stuck in karmic loops and patterns. And that's why your masculine doesn't come back. And that's why you sit there and you wait and you wait and you are miserable. Because you are obsessed and you're addicted. Because you're stuck in a karmic cycle. And that's facts. But anyways, let's move on. So it looks like this karmic contract is being severed. Let's clarify it. Someone is getting the strength to love themselves. Okay, whoever's in this contract, right? To break a karmic relationship or cycle, right? Because the cycle could be the toxic part of the relationship, the codependency, the obsessing, the thinking about this person every single day, can't get them off my mind, hours of YouTube readings, trying to figure out if he's going to come back. He's the only person in the world that I can be with. There's nobody else out there on this planet for me. Do you think that you're ready to go into union with that kind of behavior? No. I've been in that. I've been there. I'm speaking on experience. You cannot go into a healthy relationship or union with that behavior. You're not expressing from your highest divinity. You're expressing from your shadow. That's what they're not educating you about. To be in an energy of lack or longing or feeling less than or feeling empty or feeling fragmented or feeling rejected. You're not going to be vibrating from that energy. That's what you're being healed from. That's why you go through the karmic cycle first, so you can heal it, so that you can then go into integration, into union, but you can't until it's healed. Because you're going to sabotage. You guys, a lot of people are obsessed. And we all have that. It's a hard pattern to break. A lot of people are, so engrossed in this whole twin flame thing. This is why the universe forces the separation, to wean you off of your drug. Those withdrawals are that period of withdrawal, the grieving, that's hard. But once you make it through that and you start to love yourself, when you start to take accountability for giving your power away to an addiction, to a negative pattern, and most of the times a wound is being reflected for you to heal. And then a lot of the times that wound is, I'm not good enough. I don't feel good enough. That's why we allow people to hurt us. That's why we allow people to walk all over us, or to overstep our boundaries, or to put us in third-party situations, or to keep taking somebody back that is constantly abusing you. That's the pattern. That's why we talk about cycles in tarot. That's why we talk about breaking a cycle or ending a cycle, right? Most of you guys just go back into the cycle. And if you do leave that person, you just meet somebody else and you just go back through the cycle again with a new person until you learn the lesson. And the lesson is to love yourself, to love and understand your divine, truest nature, your feminine expression, right? Yeah. divine feminine. You were put here to raise the vibration of the planet. And as you raise your own vibration as above, so below, it helps the collective. And as you change your inner world, right, your outer world starts to change, right? When you start to love yourself and you stop living in the energy of lack, and then you move into your divine feminine energy as Empress, right? Just using tarot terminology, you start to attract what you are exuding internally. If I love myself, if I'm grateful, if I'm not in the energy of lack, if I'm not longing for anything, I'm not attached to anything, and I'm just in a state of gratitude, what do you think happens? I'm going to attract that. My reality will reflect that. But if I'm in a state of mental chaos and I'm longing and I feel abandoned and rejected and I'm miserable and I'm sad and I'm hurting, and in which we all go through because it is part of the lesson, what do you think you're going to attract? Why do you think you attract these people into your life? They're mirroring these wounds so you can heal them, my loves. So you can heal. So this is why it's so imperative to understand your purpose. Because a lot of you guys, I get readings all the time where people are like, what is my life purpose? And I tell people it's not a specific destination. It is just enjoying your journey and finding yourself, the truest expression of who you are, and loving it and loving that expression, loving who you are, acceptance of who you are. That is the true life purpose. And when you go through that process, you find things. You find how to creatively express yourself, or how to assist in the collective consciousness awakening. You find that through your journey. It's no set thing. It's not, well, my cards say you're going to be a doctor. It's not that black and white. It's you could be a doctor in some sort of capacity, right? You could be a healer. I could say, my cards show you're going to be some sort of healer, right? Medical healer, like an actual physical doctor, or a metaphysical healer, a therapist, a psychologist. It could be anything. Veterinarian, you could be healing animals. Like it's not a cookie cutter thing. It's a finding you thing, finding what resonates with your soul. And this is why I said I wanted to read this Cosmic Heart. This is one of my favorite cards in this deck, Starseed Oracle. Love it. And I want to show you this because I've been holding this in my hand. No matter what you go through, know that you're being assisted and guided. And yes, the universe knows that sometimes things can be very confusing, but that is the whole purpose of this awakening, so that you can clear up this Neptunian illusion, that sort of idealistic, non-practical, non-realistic way of viewing life. And they're wanting you to break free of these illusions so that you can actually have a more fulfilling life. And those illusions could be, I have to be with this man for me to be happy. That's an illusion. That is a fantasy. That you got to be with your twin flame to be happy, while your twin flame is living his best life with his karmic partner. While he's out there living his best life, not thinking about you, you are suffering because you have to be with him. That's what this is why they're putting you through this. So that you can get to the point where you don't have to need anything outside of yourself to be happy. You see what I'm saying? An illusion could be, I have to look a certain way. I have to be a certain weight to be happy. I have to make a certain amount of money to be happy. I have to date a certain kind of man to be happy. I have to wear a certain kind of name brand. No. You see what I'm saying? It's not complicated. But at the same time, it's complicated because we have all these hangups and patterns and traumas that we've been holding on to many, 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 many lifetimes. So it's not going to be like, ooh, I wake up today and I'm completely changed and healed. No, healing is a progressive process. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't. It really doesn't. Devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. I'm going to read that. And thank you for the people that are listening and joining. I appreciate you guys. I talked about collectively, if you didn't catch this from the beginning, I hope you are going back to the beginning to listen. But you and your sacred soulmate, feminine versus masculine, a conflict, right? And we have this representation. I'm going to read this shortly, by the way, here about conflict, Mars. So I want y'all to see. This says Mars, and this is a sacred masculine expression cosmically. Mars is the planet that is expressed as sacred masculine. Venus, cosmically, is the planet that's expressed as divine feminine. Period. Don't debate me. Just don't. Okay. And then we have Mars energy, anger, conflict, and softening to love. So why am I saying don't debate me? Not that I'm being cocky or I'm not an astrologer, but I'm just letting you know that the planets are in alignment the way they are because there is a balancing of the two that's coming together. This is cosmically affecting the collective, right? Because we are in a state of conflict and in the world. And if you're just joining, I talked about Black versus white, women versus men. Why, right? I talked about the impoverished versus the rich, and the highly acceptable in society versus the ones that are not, the ones that don't meet the standards, right? And then I talked about a war on my sexuality, a war on my gender, a war on the color of my skin, the war on my beliefs or what I choose to believe in, or what I choose to call God, goddess, deity, Lord, etc., etc., etc. You understand? This is what we need to talk about. I'm tired of talking about the karmic, and I'm tired of talking about my twin flame. I don't give a fuck about my twin flame right now, in this moment, right? Moments are fleeting. This moment right now, yeah. Divine masculine, he's going to realize that I was the one, that I was my divinity. He's going to realize, but at the end of the day, yes, I have compassion. Yes, I have no conflict or no grudge or resentment. I don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, I care about me, myself, and I, and that is where that's where we got messed up at, because we were giving our power away, worrying about the wrong thing for too long. I care about me. What about me? What about my emotional health? What about my well-being? What about my stability? All right. What about my rights? What about me? My feelings, my emotions, my health, my mental health, my physical health. I cannot make my divine masculine responsible for that. That is not his responsibility, people. It's not. Did you come out of his ass? No. And at the end of the day, when you die, is he going to be put in a grave with you? No. So the in between, the moments where you guys are not connecting and you're in conflict or in separation, I'm responsible for me, myself, and I. That is first and foremost. No, I'm not saying don't love your masculine. I'm not saying, oh, he's not going to come back or whatever the fuck you want. That's your prerogative. You want him to come back and hurt you some more? Yeah, he's going to come back. He's going to come back because you're manifesting him back in to hurt you until you get the lesson. Fragmented. You're not going to come into union fragmented. You're not. It's not going to happen. He's going to keep coming back, or he's just going to ghost you, just depending on depending on your astrology. He may ghost you and never come back. He may come back, but he gonna be living his life. Are you gonna keep your life on pause, waiting? I'm waiting on him. Is he coming back? And when are we gonna reconnect it? When is he gonna leave her? And you worried about the wrong thing. Why am I saying this? Because they're saying this to you, not me. They are saying this. Your spirit guides. You are worried about the wrong thing. This is our job, not yours. And because you don't trust us, you suffer. Because you are in this energy of separation, which is it is an illusion. It is a false belief, because you are never alone. You are never alone. Period. Get out this energy of longing and worry about what you need to worry about. Don't worry about somebody he got a contract with, someone he got karmic debt with. Don't worry about that. He got to handle that. He got to handle that. It just comes with the territory. But it looks like there's going to be a severing, because I want to hear that. And I will oblige. Somebody is saying, man, just get to the point. I hear you. But get to it. It's the ones that don't spend no money. They want me to get to the point, but whatever. To the point is, he has a realization. And I apologize if my profanity offends you. I don't, whatever. But he comes to the realization, like, oh, wait a minute. In his fragmented state. Oh, wow. I can't make it up, you guys. When he comes into the realization of who you are, that's when you figured out who you are. He's not going to come into the realization until you figure out who you are. I promise you, my beautiful souls, I promise you. He is not going to realize who you are until you realize who you are. So for the people that this is resonating with, you have reached that point where you know who the fuck you are. Because now he is in the state of fear. Why is he in the state of fear? Somebody tell me. Somebody please. Tell me. Why you think he's in the state of fear? Because somebody just found their highest truth, their highest expression. Have I not been talking about this the whole time? Divine feminine, express from your highest truth, your divinity. Feminine expression of God. Nurture, compassion, mercy, grace, forgiving, forgiveness, love, unconditional love. I need to stress, because I have not said this. This is the first time I said this phrase. Unconditional love. He is realizing that because somebody watching or that will watch this video has realized that. And that's when he gonna know he fucked up. Ooh, wait a minute. She not checking for me. I don't feel her energy. What happened? Hey. SOS, 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 no response. The truth. He now knows. Oops. Oops. The mask comes off. Oops. But that only happens because you get to that point where you know who you are. He fucks up. Now he's like, damn, I have an epiphany. I have an epiphany. Oh man, I have an epiphany. I see her now. I know her now. I remember. I promise you. Damn, I heard her. I heard my divine feminine, the real divine feminine, please stand up. Karmic justice. That is when you, and this is why it took so long to get to the point, because I wanted you guys to understand the role you play, who you are, and I want you to step into your position. It's like the universe is saying, I'm giving you a promotion. You've done passed all the tests, the training. You've passed with flying colors. Now here's your promotion. But instead, it's not really a promotion. It's like this was already your position, but you were just too scared to sit in that seat. That was that. You was too scared to sit in your seat. And the universe is saying, yes. He now knows, girl. Mirror. He knows. That's how it works, baby. You got to stand up for him to stand up, girl. Transformation. I can't. Ooh, Chile. Okay. Do you understand? Am I articulating this in a way to make you understand what I'm trying to say? It is a vibration. It is a resonance. It is an energy. It is felt. And, and when you feel this energy that I am speaking of, this divine energy, the divine feminine expression of God, the expression of Father God, because we've always been taught to refer to God as a father, is protection, it's structure, it's discipline. It's I'm going to cut your ass off if you try me. It's I'm going to punch you in the face if you punch me first. It's I'm going to punish you when you do something bad. That is the masculine father representation of God. Feminine mother representation or expression of God is I forgive you even though you made a mistake. I still love you. I still care for you. I'm still going to hug you. I'm still going to be here for you. I'm still going to be your friend. I'm going to love you regardless, my child. Do you understand? Who taught you to separate feminine and masculine? Society. And I don't care about the people that are clicking off because of their limited awareness of energy, of masculine and feminine. I don't care. This is what's being dismantled. We're dismantling this whole separation of masculine and feminine. This whole world has been shaped on patriarchal masculinity, toxic masculinity, and that is coming to an end. There is going to be a balance. I promise you. It's not going to be easy, but it's happening. And here is our motherfucking confirmation. Keep holding the vision. I can read it. It's happening. It's happening. Feminine, masculine, balance. And it's happening cosmically. I'm not pulling this out of my ass. It's happening. Mars is in its home sign, Aries. Venus plays a big role. Aries, check your charts. Learn how to read your charts. Please do not read your chart stationary. Planets move. Okay, I get that when you were born, there was a blueprint. There was a picture of your birth chart. But did you know that as you grow, as you, as you age, planets move in your chart, okay? So I don't know what resources you guys are using. I'm not an astrologer. I'm too lazy to study astrology. It's a lot of information. I'm supposed to be studying it, but I'm lazy as fuck when it comes to that. I channel it. I can channel astrology placements and all of that, and I could just see my card. I can look at my cards and tell you that your Mars is opposing Pluto somewhere in your chart. And it's probably 7th house. If you look at your 7th house, there's a lot of stuff happening there. Because that's what the whole galactic story is about. If I were to go into ancient galactic history, and what we are cyclically repeating is how the masculine planets suppress Venus, mother goddess, highest expression. All these war planets, Mars came in and took her captive and suppressed her expression. And they took over, because before all of this bullshit, everything was feminine in the universe. And I'm telling you, you don't gotta believe me. You don't, but everything started off as feminine. How is a masculine male, biological male brought onto this planet? It must come through the portal of a female feminine being. A male doesn't just pop up out of thin air. It does not happen like that. Who taught y'all that the man was better than the woman when the man comes out of our pussy? Excuse me. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm being honest. Tell me how that make sense, God. I feel like I want to cry. I don't know why I feel so emotional. Make it make sense to me. Who told me that I wasn't good enough? Who taught me that? Where did that come from? Why do I struggle? Why do us feminists struggle with having to change ourselves, our hair, and wanting to wear certain clothes, wanting to look a certain way? Why? Because our men, our masculines told us that we had to be that way to be accepted. Who told you that? Who told you that you wasn't good enough? It has been happening for eons and eons. Cosmically, not just on an individual level, cosmically, we have been quarantined on Earth so that we can break this karma. And you guys keep perpetuating it because somebody told you to believe something that wasn't true. So you start to understand that the highest expression of feminine energy is the expression of the feminine aspect of God. And that is what you are. But they don't want you to know that because you have so much power and they don't want you to be powerful. Trust me. So please stop deceiving yourself. Have the courage to free yourself from dogma, social constructs, social conditioning, and all this bullshit about white versus black and black is this and white is that and all of that shit. Because nobody knows shit. They don't know nothing that they speak of. Trust me. I know I'm a galactic historian. I just don't have the patience to sit here and to tell you the story. It's a long ass story. A lot of people don't have the capacity to understand it. It runs so damn deep. A lot of people don't know that all these souls that came from the planet Mars are the ones that excite war. The Martians, the planets that come from Maldek and the star seeds that come from other galaxies that we have no recollection of because we have been stuck in a repetitive cycle of reincarnation over and over. Do you not know how tiring and exhausted a soul can become? Reincarnating over and over and over and over and over again. And we wear this old soul badge like it's a I don't know, like that old soul shit is not what it's cracked up to be. I'm sorry. I'm being completely transparent. It is exhausting. Coming back again and again and again and again to get it right. And then the timelines are being tampered. And then we can't even leave. Our souls are restricted here. It's a lot of shit that y'all don't know about. Trust me. Y'all don't have no idea. All this, vegans are better. And, black woman is God. Like, yeah, there's a certain aspect of that has truth. But remember, all these people are coming from different galaxies, different planets with their own beliefs, their own views. They came here and everybody thinks they know what they know, but they don't. They really don't. But it doesn't even matter at this point because the whole concept of why we're put here is so we are to learn that we're all one. When you come out of this meat suit, this vessel, do you have a color? Do you have a gender? Do you have hair? Do you have outfits? Do you have fake nails and fake lashes and makeup? and Versace or Coach or Gucci. No, your soul has none of that shit. It's just a soul. That's all. Exactly. And I'm so sick of it. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm going to read. So you got to go back to the beginning. I'm going to read the Cosmic Heart Devotion Potency Make Your Life a Moving Prayer to you guys. I'm reading, you guys. Soul is tired. Our souls are tired. We've been doing this. You know how long we've been doing this shit, bro? You know how long some of us been waiting on divine timing? I don't think y'all get it. I don't think y'all understand. But anyways, I didn't mean to go that deep with the message, but it is what it is, right? So whoever that resonates with will understand. Right? It's a lot. All right, so devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. So I'm reading from the Star Seed Oracle deck. I don't know who sent me this. I got sent this as a gift, and no, they didn't put their name. But whoever sent me this book and this tarot deck, thank you. Okay, I really appreciate it. It says, when you surrender to a state of devotion, you find yourself flowing. And that was a big message, right? The flow. Some of you guys might have to rewind this and rewatch. That was a big message that came through, where we need to resist. We need to stop resisting, and we need to let the ebbs and flows of the universe guide us, because that is the mission, right? Well, let me go ahead and continue to read. It says, when you surrender to the state of devotion, you find yourself flowing with all of life. You're being called to refocus your attention deep within, to the intelligence of your own heart, to bow with deep reverence to your inner temple, to live your life in devotion to this place. Can I make this shit up? This is what I'm talking about. That undeniable divinity within you, that God expression that we all have, the capacity to have unconditional love. It is uncomprehendable, because we don't know how to unconditionally love. We love with conditions as human, but Spirit is teaching us to love like, God loves, right? So it says, you're being called to refocus your attention deep within, to the intelligence of your own heart, to bow with deep reverence to your inner temple. Revel in your beauty. You are a gift to humanity. To live your life in devotion to this place, to make your life a big moving prayer. Perhaps you felt a bit off kilter lately, sensing that the potency of why you're doing things has gotten a little watered down or weak. Perhaps you've forgotten what made you start doing them in the first place. If so, this is your call to take a moment and reconnect with the truth at the very center of your heart, to get back to the essence of what you're about, to devote your life to what you care most about, to turn your gaze deep, 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 deep. There are seasons for harvesting and seasons for sowing. Right now, you're being called to plant your soul seeds and sing to them with deep devotion, to feed them with the sweet waters of your own soul, to lose yourself in the potency of what it is that most expands your heart, to live your life according to what makes you come alive rather than what everybody else thinks, to make your life one big moving prayer. So I'll end there. Thank you so much for watching this. Thank y'all. I'm going to take some time to read. Happy birthday. Hey, Rico. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry, you guys. Sorry, you guys. This is why I have my soul therapy, and I need to start posting there. because that's what this is about. Soul therapy. Our souls are tired. Our souls are tired, and people don't understand that. Yes, and our strength, there are moments where we just don't want to be strong. I know I'm not the only one. I always want to be strong. I want somebody to nurture me for a chance, but that's not that's not really part of my makeup, because that's what I give. I vibrate. But I realize that I can be nurtured, not only by myself, but if I open up, I attract the people that I need to attract. And the whole time what I was doing was I was closing off my heart, right? The truest expression of who I am. I didn't devote myself to me. I gave my power to external things, people, ideals, social conditioning, constructs, other people's values, other people's beliefs, other people's religion. And I forgot to devote to myself, to my own divinity, to express who I am, to be free, to be me. Can the real divine feminine please stand up? I'm not going to be watered down. I'm not going to be told to shut up. I'm not going to be told that I'm too radical, that I'm too emotional, that I'm too this and I'm too that, and I'm too aggressive, I'm too assertive. No, I'm going to be who the fuck I am. And you're going to respect me, bitch. And that's just generally, that's not directed at anybody. That's just how, that is really my true expression. Don't play with me. Do you know who the fuck I am? That's my true expression. Do you know who the fuck I am? A divine feminine. Respect me. I'm gonna wear my fucking crown. And if you got a problem with it, you know what to do. Alicia, I'm sorry. That is what this is about. Truest expression. You're not going to shut me up. You're not going to make me think that I'm too small, that I'm not good enough to talk and to be me, and I'm not skinny enough, or I don't fit a standard, or whatever, right? Hey, Makita, you're going to have to rewind, but thank you so much. You see what I'm saying? Like, we're not doing that no more, feminine. We're not. Collectively, we are here. We are messengers, and we serve in whatever way we are meant to serve. Some of us are meant to write. Some of us are meant to sing, dance, and create, and to revel in the beauty of who we are and to enjoy the journey. We were not meant to suffer. We chose to suffer. Oops, I didn't mean to delete your message, but it's fine. I didn't mean to delete your message, but I think YouTube automatically did it. I don't know. I was trying to look at your message, but YouTube just deleted it, but it's all good. Woo chile, woo chile, woo chile, woo chile. Please get some sage. Please check out my store, soultherapy33.com, Patreon. I'm going to be doing these. I feel like I need to do these on Patreon. Like, I feel like this information, I put it out, like I said, I'm not a big channel. I don't get thousands of views anymore on my videos. I get a couple of hundred here and there. And that's all good because again, I'm not feeding into the karma no more. I'm here to do my job. And you can take it with a grain of salt, you could leave it. You could go to somebody else with 100,000 plus. I'm doing my job. I'm doing my job. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. And Whatever is going to happen, it's going to happen. It's going to work out, my love. It's going to work out. Oh, I tried to put it back and it came right back out. It was at the bottom of the deck, and I shuffled, and it came back out. I'm not sure what this is. I always get this message. I don't know if this is for me, but I'll show it to somebody, and it might resonate with somebody out here. But this is not a reunion. This is actually a separation. Okay? So if you're dealing with fire, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, or an air, a Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, there's a separation of a soul tie contract. Okay? Because this is what precedes it. There's going to be a tower. So that could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing, just depending on your situation. Somebody is going to, yeah. I don't know what that's about. They always show me that card because I was dealing with a fire sign. See? Reunion. Now they're telling me that there is going to be a reunion, respark, renewal. Once someone heals their inner child, conflict comes to an end, healing. And that's what I said. When you learn who you are, this person they will know. They will know. Exactly. Dust that shit out. Dust that shit out. I love it. I love it, Lady de Janeiro. I love, love, love it. Woo, the ancestors are helping. The ancestors are guiding. The ancestors are giving you to know that Jupiter is here to save the day. Jupiter is expanding, giving you opportunities for a new beginning in all areas of your life. Pay attention to your dreams. Don't worry. You are going to move out of a toxic cycle, or you're masculine, because structure is the expression of a masculinity, right? And nurture is the expression of femininity, or the mother versus the father. So this toxic conflict between the two, ego-based conflict, is coming to an end. Both people are going to see the situation from a different perspective. A decision will be made in the autumn. So September 22nd through December 21st, you may be contacted by your person that you've been in conflict with, separation with, because they now see your divinity. But a lot of you guys are now seeing your divinity, now seeing it. And that is what's going to change the situation for you. I hope you guys like that reading. I might come back and do, whose sign I didn't do? I didn't do Pisces. I might do Pisces next. I have to read everybody's comment. I'm going to go back and read the comments. It's a lot. People were writing a lot. Thank you, Rigo. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. It was a good reading. It really was. You know, I do my own thing in my readings. You know that. You know that. Thank you. I actually like that reading too. Thank you. Thank you. Fall into my arms. Surrender. Holding the opposite. So you're being asked to surrender extremes of life. No matter what happens, surrender. And we have, I'm sorry. Oh, they know. Get a real divine feminine. Please stand up. They know. They know. They know. Thank you. They know. All right. So I think I'm going to do Pisces, because I think I didn't do Pisces yet. Sacred Soulmates. So check out the playlist. I have the playlist. So if you missed the other Sacred Soulmate videos, they're similar to this. This one was just a little more intense, but my Sacred Soulmates videos are usually pretty good. So if you would like to check out some other ones, I have a playlist on my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Please like the video so other people can watch, or it can get out there so other people can see. Because I feel like this information needs to be put out there so that other people can learn and connect. Like I really think that, and this energy is affecting all of us, and I think we all are connected to the message. It's not for me. I'm just a vessel channeling it from the universe, but I feel like we all been in this space. We've all felt this way. We all felt this exhaustion, soul exhaustion, not physical, but our soul. And the universe, in that card that I just put up, and I should have read it to y'all because that is what this is about. So I'm going to squeeze in one more message now that they just told me. That's why we just gave you that card. Why we trying to tell you why you're tired. So I'm gonna read that one last message. I'm gonna let y'all go, y'all. So the people that are still here, oh my God, didn't I just talk about the mother, the divine feminine expression of God? Okay. The great mother ushered you in when you took your first breath, and she'll be there when you draw your last. She knows how challenging. And this is so fucking beautiful. I have goosebumps, or I feel like just energy coming through me, because that is what I mean when I say the feminine expression of God. God is a whole being. God is not just a man or a personified male. It's a whole goddamn being. It's a feminine and a masculine wholeness where there is protection, where we say, God, I'm going to give this battle to God. Why do we say that? Because God is our protector. And when we say God is merciful and forgiving, why do we say that? Because God is a mother. Right? Mothers forgive, mothers nurture, daddies discipline, daddies protect. That is the balance. I'm just giving these names. These are just labels. God is not a thing. It's an energy, but it's a whole energy. It is not fragmented like humans. We are trying to create separation between masculine and feminine, but there is no separation. We have both. There is no, you're one half of me, one piece of my soul, and then we come together and we become one. No, 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 no. Don't let them lie to you. Do not let them play you. There's no, I'm the, we got to come together to be one soul. That is bullshit. That don't even make sense. You're separate, pretty B. Separation means that you're just not in communication. So you are in separation. Okay. So even if you're not broken up, that's separation. You're not talking to them. You haven't heard from them in a while. That's separation still. So let me finish. Okay. It says that she knows how challenging life can be. Let me get back to the point. So the point was, a lot of us feel exhausted. A lot of us are old souls. We've been doing this shit, and we've been going through these karmic cycles, trying to break out so that we can ascend, right? So we can come out of that dense reality, and we can ascend, right? And be really free, sovereign souls. So it says, she knows how challenging life can be, that being human can be lonely and confusing, that the polarity and separation, oh my God, can be excruciating. And the separation that the author is alluding to is the separation from source, because that separation, that illusion of separation, that feeling alone, that loneliness, or I'm longing from something, I don't feel complete, I don't feel whole, that is not another human being. That is us feeling disconnected from our source, our true inner expression of divine feminine and divine masculine. We are sacred masculine. It's the same thing. We are both. And because we were told that we were just one expression, that is why we are so messed up and imbalanced, because we were taught that we were one or the other, but we are both. That is wholeness. That is equilibrium. That is balance. You have both aspects. I know some of you guys are learning this now, but your whole life up until when you learned this information, you didn't know that. You just thought I'm a girl and that's a boy and God is a man. He's my father. That's all you knew. True or false? I mean, you may have been taught, you may have been part of a different religion. So let me don't say that. But whatever, right? Some religions teach feminine deities, masculine deities, whatever. But I'm just saying in general, you didn't know that vibrationally, energetically, you were both feminine, and divine sacred masculine or sacred masculine. Anyways, I digress. That polarity and separation can be excruciating when your soul remembers the oneness of source. But at the same time, it can be incredibly glorious and sweet. So often we see things as either good or bad. When things go well, we make it mean that we're being rewarded. And when things go bad, then perhaps we've done something wrong. However, we're all here to expand and grow. And it's through the extremes of life that we do exactly that. You're being invited to welcome the highs and the lows of the human experience, to let them initiate you more fully into life. The agony and the ecstasy, the beauty and the bitterness. This life is but a single breath in the extinguishable existence of your experience as a soul. The Great Mother wants you to hand over your loneliness, worries, your hurt, your sorrow, your fears, your burdens, and your doubts, to lay them on her altar, to fall fully into her arms, to remember that while these extremes are difficult, they can only be magnificent. They can also be magnificent. The more wildly the pendulum of your life swings, the more truthfully you can say, I truly lived. So it says, place this card on the portal of your heart and whisper the following. And I'm ready to embrace the extremes of my life. I lay all that I am carrying onto the Great Mother's altar and fall completely into her arms. Fall completely into your divine feminine expression of God, the Divine Mother. That is what you need to connect to. She is nurturing. She is compassionate. She says, fall into her arms. Let it all go. Those burdens are not yours to carry. Give it to her. Right? That is the feminine aspect. The masculine aspect of God is going to protect you, keep you stable, keep a roof over your head, make sure that money coming in, make sure that it removes those people that try to harm you. That's the karma. That's, I'm going to, they hurt you, they hurt my child. Oh, okay. you messing with my child, that's daddy. Yes, I love you guys. Okay, that's that. I mean, and like I said, I'm not trying to be religious or anything, and I'm not trying to downplay anybody's beliefs. I just want you to have an understanding of the energy that's coming through. Okay, and stop letting people tell you stuff. Stop letting people tell you what to believe. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. All you got to do is use the logical part of your brain. Make it make sense. Sometimes the shit don't be making sense. It really don't. Thank you. Yes, go to meditate. Go to meditation. It does. It does. It lets me know that I don't have to carry this burden. I don't have to be sad. I don't have to. I just have to surrender. The shit is gonna get bad sometimes, but it's gonna also be good, right? We don't have to dwell on the bad parts of the journey. We can revel in the beautiful parts. When I go out in the nature, and if you guys have a chance, try to step out into nature, even if it's your backyard. When you look around and listen to the birds sing and watch the lizards play and watch animals do their thing, don't you get like lost? Like, don't you ever just sit there and just be like, damn, this whole ass lizard is living his bestest life. He don't got to worry about nothing. He just be eating bugs and just playing in the grass all day. Like, y'all never thought about that? Like just looking at dragonflies fly, or listening to birds sing, or watching them fly and chase each other, and watching squirrels play, and just watching shit just being at peace. Just be at peace. Just be at peace. That's it. All right, I'm gonna go. Bye. I'll talk to you guys soon. I'm probably going to get a little bit of rest, decompress, and then I'll come back. And I think I'm going to be doing Pisces. That should be interesting because that's 12th house. And 12th house is all about illusions, but it is also about the subconscious mind. So it will affect everybody, even if you're not a Pisces. So please tune in. Bye.